In this lecture video, we will see how to get data from TWS using natural language instructions. So I think it's not connected, so let me quickly connect to the broker. All right, so that's taken care of. Now let's start with historical data. So let me again try the voice command button. What do we want? Let's get something for Intel. Get me historical data for Intel for the past 6 months, hourly candles. Yeah, and looks like it was able to understand my voice command correctly. So let me now execute it. All right, and we've got the result. You can see that there is a chart of how the price progressed over the past 6 months. And then there is a table, latest candle first, and then previous candles subsequently stacked below. All right, so this is the basic historical data that is quite useful. Let me know if you want the feature to be able to download this data in CSV. I can do that as well. Again, this is just the first release that I'm doing. I will keep on adding features based on user feedback. I just don't want to put in a lot of features which are not really required. So if I get the feedback, I'll keep on adding these features. All right. So this is historical data. Again, you can also get historical data for tickers which are not listed in US, but the contract search is a bit tricky. My contract search works in a very similar way, like how you search for something in TWS. So let me show you what I mean by that. So in TWS, let's say I want to search for a company called Tesco, right? And if I click enter, you see that I have got a number of returns, right? So this is Tesco listed in LSE. There is Tesco listed in, I think, Mexico, whatever, right? So we have a number of contracts. I would just pick whichever contract is returned first. So this is how contract search works based on the voice command. So be very careful about that. All right. So in this case, let me extract historical data for a non-US stock. Get me historical data for Wipro for the past 6 months, hourly candles. All right, so now it's running. Okay, and we have got the correct ticker, so that's great. Yeah, I can confirm that we've got the correct ticker based on the price. I'm aware of this stock. Let me also play with this and see if we can make it more explicit. So get me historical data for how about a company that's listed in both US and some other stock exchange. So let me go with Infosys, which I know is listed both in India and US, and let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure it will pick up the US ADR's price, but let's see. All right, and we have got the price, and just looking at these numbers, I can tell you that this is the Infosys stock listed in US. Yeah, 12. This is definitely not the one that's listed in India. Let me confirm it. So if I go and check for Infosys, enter. The first is the ADR, which is listed in NYSE. I actually wanted this Infosys Limited NSE. All right. So if you have cases like this, wherein a ticker is listed in a couple of exchanges, so you have to be a bit careful. Just play with the prompt and see how you can give the search term so that you get the ticker that you actually want. I mean, this is a complex problem to solve, a ticker listed in multiple exchanges. But let me know if you have any suggestions. I'll be happy to tweak the algorithm and make it more deterministic. But as of now, I'm simply returning the first output that comes from contract search. All right. Again, if you're looking for only US listed tickers, it should not be a problem. Default behavior is picking up the US listed tickers. All right. Now, what about the current price? So, what is the current price of Nvidia? Again, I've not given the ticker, but this should work. All right. So we've got the current price. Now let us try it again for a ticker that is listed in both New York Exchange and some other exchange. Give me the current price of Barclays listed in LSE. All right, so we did not get anything. Let me just give the prompt for Barclays. Great, it's actually LSE and not LEC on LSE. All right, and looks like it tried to get me the data for LSE for Barclays, but we didn't get it because I'm not subscribed to LSE data. So let us look at the log and confirm that that's the case. So yeah, you can see that requested market data is not subscribed, right? So that's why I was not able to get for exchange LSE. But I think if you mention the exchange here for current price, you should be able to get the price that you are looking for the given exchange. I think I've made the prompt strict enough for current price to be able to get what you are looking for. All right. Another thing that used to work earlier was fundamental data, but just a couple of weeks ago, I've got a mail from Interactive Brokers saying that they have stopped giving fundamental data. So this used to work very nicely. Give me fundamental data for Walmart. So this has stopped working now, so you won't get anything, no fundamental data. And in the log, you can see that fundamental data is not allowed. I actually wrote them an email asking, is that the case? Why fundamental data is not working? And they confirmed that fundamental data has now been decommissioned, which is a bummer because interactive brokers used to fetch fundamental data from Thomson Reuters, and it was actually pretty good quality data. So that's a bummer. I created a workflow for that, but now it's not working. Anyways, so for getting the data, you can get access to both historical data and current data. Like I've explained in this lecture video, there is some complications if the ticker is listed in a couple of exchanges. So you have to be a bit more specific in your instruction on which specific ticker you're looking for. So that's how things stand now. Let me know if you have any thoughts or if you have any suggestions. I'll be happy to incorporate your suggestions. Thank you.